I was gonna sit here at the start of this video and be like, ha ha, yeah. Shing, 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 shing. But they don't have the wrist blades anymore.
What?
There's no wrist blades.
What?
Yeah.
This is not Assassin's Creed.
Dude, you're telling me.
Man, first they took it out of the loading screen, and then they took it out completely.
But now you got like a bunch of different... Hey everyone, this is Assassin's Creed Talk. I'm here with Brad. I got a chance to play...
Welcome to Assassin Chat.
Some Assassin's Creed.
Keep going.
Not Unity, because that was... Not Origins.
Oh. Odyssey.
What was that?
Odyssey.
Odyssey? I have someone telling me that it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's called Odyssey, Brad.
Take two.
Because it exists in Greece, where the Odyssey happened.
Yes.
Did the Odyssey happen in Greece?
Classical education paying off.
Or did it just...
Let's roll the footage.
All right, well, we're here. I played some of it. This is the Gamescom build of the game.
Yeah, this is the same demo people are playing in Germany.
They're playing it right now in Germany,
Yeah.
But I played it in San Francisco.
That's right, you didn't even have to fly across the world.
No, and I got some lunch. The catering was very nice. Thank you to the fine folks at Ubisoft. So this is for probably the most major difference right out the gate that I noticed in this game is the skill tree is quite a bit different. So you'll see there's a lot of like filled in yellow circles and some kind of yellow with blue. Those yellow with blue are passives, and the filled in ones are actual skills that you are assigning to a ability wheel, of which you have two. I should mention this is like a max level build. You see I have 999 gold and level 50, so I had lots of different tools to choose from, but not a lot of time to kind of get into all the different abilities. So I just kind of went by the ones they recommended, plus a couple of my choosing.
You can mix and match those classes, or are those even classes?
Yeah,
or?
no, those are more of just like, the hunter one is all your bow shit.
Okay.
The warrior one is melee shit, and the assassin one is stealth shit.
Whoa! Man. They talk quickly.
Maybe by this point I had failed this fight so many times. I'll give you the kind of TLDR here while I flail against these guys. So you come on this island of Lesbos, and that woman you were just talking to is on trial basically for sacrificing her girlfriend to some sort of forest creature, some sort of mysterious enemy that lurks in the woods. And these guys think that she sacrificed her. And so you tell them to back off. They don't like that so much. And you tell her to run and you'll take care of it. And so right out the gate, it plays pretty much identically to The Last Assassins.
Origins.
Yeah, you got a parry. You can choose between lots of different types of weapons. I was going with a little spear here. There's swords and daggers and big cudgels and stuff like that.
And a bow and arrow.
Yep. There's a shield break ability that I didn't know at the time. But you kind of approach battle scenarios how you want to. I didn't really use many of my skills there. I think this is me going and trying to figure out how to use break shield, because I couldn't kill that dude.
Sparta kick, huh?
Yeah, they really are leaning. So you're the grandchild of Leonidas.
Okay.
You have his spear as a story item. So it is cheesy, yes.
I guess I can appreciate how all the Assassin's Creed games are just kind of like a cheesy pop
fantasy porn,
pop history.
Yeah, if you just like.
Of course, you're going to get your missions from Socrates.
Yep, Socrates is in there, Leonidas is in there, and a few others. So yeah, basically at any time you can change around the abilities, which is really nice, and you can remap your ability trees for just like a little bit of money. So you can't fill out everything.
Oh, okay.
But you can just be like, okay, I'm going to be entering a very stealthy mission. You still got the bird, which you can use to tag enemies and stuff. Going in here trying to figure out how the navigation. A lot of the time of this was me trying to. I missed that quest marker there. Definitely run around this building looking for the inside of the building.
You're safe now.
Safe?
I don't want to be safe, Mistios. I want to look deep into Lia's eyes.
I was a little pressed for time.
Sure.
But it's
I polish Charon's.
Is the first time they've had dialogue options?
I'm ready.
Yeah, that is a big part of this game they've mentioned. I should also mention that I am playing as Alexios here, but you can play the entire game as Cassandra, his female counterpart, and it seems to actually make a difference. Like, the dialogue options they said could lead to romance, or, you know, you talk to one person
let's not disappoint.
and dissuade them from doing something foolish, and you'll find them later on in a different place saying like, oh, thank you for saving me. I didn't join up with those bandits, you know.
Do you know if the two playable characters both exist in the story simultaneously, or is it like if you're playing as one, the other doesn't exist?
I think
Does that
it's
make
only
sense?
one because whoever you choose is the grandchild of Leonidas.
Okay.
Though I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to have both exist. You know, they, by nature of it being an Assassin's Creed game, they can fuck around with time and space kind of at their whim.
Sure.
But yeah, like they mentioned, you know, if you're Alexios, it opens up certain paths that Cassandra might not have. So it isn't just, you know, one's a woman, one's a man.
Yeah. Okay.
They seem like relatively different experiences. I will say I played Cassandra at E3 and Alexios here, and I kind of agree with Alex's assessment of Alexios. He's a little like played up, you know, Julius Caesar kind of classic, like, aha, I am a Greek guy, haha. Whereas maybe Cassandra has a little more depth.
Okay.
But
Same abilities, like
Yeah.
same identical gameplay? Okay.
yeah, same access to weapons and stuff like that. You can have 2 melee weapons and then switch between them like in Origins. This is just some...
You did it.
I did it. It has the thing that the last game had where there were like objectives based on where you are. So you can click in the left stick and it's usually like find the treasure chest or kill the captain that lives around here or something like that.
And that'll be for the main quest that you're on?
That'll be for any
just
named
anything nearby?
location, anything
Okay.
on the mini map that's like, you know, there were a lot of forts, but also like the Dread ruins here. You can see
A little photo mode.
Yeah, a little photo mode. Little did I know at this point it had actually glitched out, but it'll fix itself in a matter of seconds. That thing in the bottom right there is sort of your GTA style notoriety system, where there are mercenaries on the island who just kind of wander around, and the higher notoriety you have, you know, by like maybe you accidentally run over a civilian with your horse, or you just like fight some dudes in public. Kind of anything that would be deemed uncivil or unruly gets you notification. It makes them more aggressive.
Pushing this lady around.
You know, there's no one around to see me.
That's true.
I'm just trying to nudge her into giving me the next objective on her quest.
So is that wanted level sticky? I mean, does that ever go away?
So I think it's per island. Each has their own one. And then it has to do, they didn't give me exact details, but it has to do with the civil unrest mechanic that they haven't talked about. So you see there, that purple meter down there for the petrified islands. That means like, it's pretty calm there, but if things were more unstable, maybe you could get away with a little more bullshit.
I see. Love to do bullshit.
Yeah,
After politically destabilizing an island.
it's the best time to do bullshit. You can get away with a lot. So this mission has you. So we get to the temple where she believes her loved one was taken, and find out I need a key.
Something different about
That
this.
this village of huntresses kind of hold the key, so I have to infiltrate. And this is more kind of classic Assassin's Creed. You know, you can't go in guns blazing on this stuff. Even though I fuck up my assassination, I can back up, you know, regain stealth.
Maybe if you had a couple of wrist blades,
You know, yeah.
things would have been different.
Or like if I read my skills for Hunter. This one's kind of unique because it gives you like a bunch of different spots of where it can be. You see all the little, like 107 meters away, 152 meters away.
Okay, so that might be like a randomized objective? Sort of?
Yeah, I don't know if it's random or if it's like always going to be at one of the 3, but it was just basically like, here's this big zone, go get the thing that you need. And you know, like the last game, generals and stuff have the yellow border around their levels. I got my ass kicked in this village multiple times, so I didn't even want to bother fighting, because you know, they're gearing it to be more towards an action game, but it's still very much one of those games where, like, if you're surrounded by like 4 dudes, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
I guess the big question is just, are you ready for more?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like it's been less than a year since an Assassin's Creed game came out. I mean, like that was always the way for the last decade. It was always every 12 months. But like, as soon as they took a year off and kind of went back to the drawing board and redesigned everything, like it felt like, I don't know. To me, it felt like 2 years was a good interval.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't have. My immediate worry was like, oh, they're just trying to turn around another one. They say they've been in this one production for this one for 3.
Oh yeah, I believe that they're
years.
giving it a full cycle and everything. It's just more that like you know you keep kind of saying like it's really
like
built
I still
on
have
built on.
DLC and Origins that
Yeah.
I like could be playing if I wanted to play more Assassins.
You know, it's built fundamentally on those same systems they introduced last year. Obviously, there's new stuff with abilities and unrest and so forth, but especially, I mean, how many hours are there in Origins? You could probably get 60, 80
I'd
hours
probably
out of
put
that
in
game.
60 hours, and
Like, that's a lot of time to spend with one game,
yeah,
and then like 10 months later, come back and do it again.
yeah. This is coming out in November.
I think that's right.
I believe it's November.
Yeah.
But yeah. You know, I'll have to see. Like, if they can make this game, if this game is as good as Origins, maybe not right away, but I could see myself like get into a particularly dry period of next year and
Or holiday break or something.
playing it. There's a lot of animal fighting in this game. There's also legendary animals. I don't know what that means, but they had a slide on it.
You got that bear skin.
Yeah. And it still has the same upgrade system where, you know, you're collecting stuff like leather and bear skin to upgrade armor and metal to upgrade weapons. I didn't see if there was sort of like that room scan thing that Origins had to highlight all your collectibles. The movement still feels really good. You know, you just hold a button and run towards an object and you will vault it. Usually does a really good job of not making it look awkward too.
Yeah, is the controls, like the feel of the game, pretty much
Yeah.
the same as Origins, I would assume?
Pairing is a little bit different. It's on 2 buttons now. They said, players told us it's a lot easier to parry with 2 buttons, even though I was finding that to not necessarily be the case. I got her.
Fell a little short on that one. Okay,
got her.
all right. Your knife is glowing.
I think it's because I just powered up the Assassinate skill. So you see there, they have that same kind of objective thing of you have to kill the huntress leader and find 2 treasures if you want to, quote unquote, clear this village.
Okay.
So you don't even have to necessarily kill everyone.
It's gonna take out the leadership and then...
And then the rest will crumble.
So are those 2 separate ability wheels in the lower left?
Yeah, I believe the top one is the or it looks like you can use either at either time depending on which button you're, oh no, that one's for bows.
Oh, the LT is just for bows?
And then you
Bow
can
abilities?
cycle the left bumper
I see.
one
Okay.
between 2. Healing is one of the kind of key abilities of this game, which is really one of the things that like signified to me that they are pushing heavy into the action, because you can never heal in these games. You like have to run away, and you know. I didn't see anything. Don't worry.
Is that like a magic heal? Just straight up heal
You,
spell?
like, put your hand over your heart and
Huh.
like Spartan vitality or something. I am seeing if I have any sort of like, one of my favorite abilities in the Origins was the double assassinate, where you could like pounce on one guy and throw a knife at another guy to kill 2 people at once. But it didn't seem to have that in this one. You can knock people out and recruit them. They show up on your boat if you didn't want to kill anyone. I never really messed around with that, but it seems like a cool addition.
Did they let you get on the boat?
Yeah. I just use it to travel from one place to another.
Okay. Whoop.
Yep. Just gonna try and take care of her real quick before people show up.
You need to be anonymous. Bear.
I love these bears in ancient Greece. I didn't know Greece had so many bears.
Oh yeah, they're known for that.
So you have that. So basically, the abilities work on a cooldown, but they also use that meter at the bottom there, that glowing yellow meter. And you also have access to like a super move by pressing RT and RB at the same time. In the last game, it was kind of just like a general power up, and depending on what kind of weapon you had, it was like, okay, like if you had the cudgel, it was your attacks become unblockable, or if you had the sword, you just did more damage. But this is more of like a super move that it has an animation, and it's just like hitting a guy a bunch of times.
Well, this is one way to go.
Yeah, bears can't climb ladders apparently.
They also can't tell when they're being shot with arrows over and over.
I mean, what's he gonna do?
That's right. Really get in there.
You want to make sure you shoot the butt.
Ooh, that looks bad.
As often as you can. That way you're only damaging one part of the pelt. You can kind of cut around it.
Did they just have you doing these predefined missions, or did they let you kind of just roam?
Yeah, this was kind of one mission,
Okay.
one larger mission with multiple little parts, which I should, yeah. So when I got the mission to kind of get here and get the key, I also got a submission that was like, there's a hunter out there who says that he bested the beast already once that exists in the forest. So you don't have to go talk to him, but if you want to find out more, you should go talk to him. And so, we'll see it coming up here. I do it, but there's kind of these optional missions, it seems like submissions, where you will get some sort of reward that makes the main quest line easier. The Writhing Dread, that's what they call it, that's right. This is me trying to figure out why I can't fast travel. Because I'm still in conflict, technically. All the gear is like, if you put on different helmets and outfits, it changes on your character. That stuff persists in the cutscene, except they take the helmets off. Which I think is like the best way to handle cosmetics, stuff like that.
Yeah. Mass Effect style.
Yeah. I was convinced that there was a fast travel point where I started, but that was not the case.
Ah. Man.
So this is me. I fast traveled there, and then I started heading to my next objective, which was talking to that mercenary. So this kind of shows off the choices, maybe, of what you can do in the game.
Darkness and rise up to the greatest peaks before descending into darkness once more.
A warrior and a sophist. This is a first.
It is not philosophy, it's truth. Learned through violence, fate, and seeing evil. True evil.
You're talking about
The creature. When it ambushed us outside, we thought only of survival.
how
So
you were able to defeat the creature.
It all happened so fast. We had a plan to break into the temple and corner it. But
it looks like I could have just left, and I don't know if I get experience or what.
Like the quest credit?
Yeah.
Like this is the guy, right? This is the optional?
Yeah, so like there were two yellow choices there. It was either leave or give me the spear. I chose give me the spear, and he said, okay, well fucking fight me for it, I guess. So I said, sure.
But he's retired.
Well, he's about to be even more retired, Brad.
The ultimate retirement.
Also, when he said, let's fight for it, I imagined like, oh, you know, we'll spar each other or something, and we'll like punch each other, and if I win, you get it. But no, he wanted to start stabbing me.
Was that like a canned combo move you just did, or was that?
Yeah, that was the super.
Okay, I was gonna say, that's a lot of hits. That looks very fluid.
And that was that.
Nothing special about this spear.
So you see there, it talks about like, you know, you can't ever really kill the writhing dead. She's always gonna take over. And you get this spear, the Gorgon Slayer, which had lower numbers than the weapon I was doing, but when I eventually got to the boss and started messing around with it, I realized it was, maybe it's just, you know, some sort of hidden buff on it, but it was particularly strong against that boss.
Yeah, does it communicate that to you?
Just by the damage numbers, just by like, I realized I was doing more damage.
So you would have to try it.
Weapon.
It doesn't, because yeah, it didn't say that on the weapon, right? Like,
yeah.
Plus whatever % against
Medusa's
specific boss.
Yeah, and so then this is the last part of the mission. You know, we have the key, we got the spear, and all that's left is finding her lost love.
Pretty big game world from
yeah, it was lots of islands. So you know, you're primarily going around on a ship.
Do you know if is it like manual ship control? Do you actually get out there and sail?
You can just kind of set it to sail, but then there are, you have ship control, and then you'll kind of come up against random encounters of like, you know, pirates or stuff like that. You'll have to shoot down. Same system as Black Flag and Origins had a little bit of it, but it seems a little more fleshed out than it was in that game.
Yeah, people really like the boats in these games.
It's not bad.
The mercenary knew nothing. He never made it inside the lair.
Then it was a waste of time. Lydia waits and we've done nothing to help her.
Not exactly. The mercenary carried this spear, which she claims killed the riding dread.
Well, he carried the spear.
It took Lydia. It can't be dead. It waits in its lair even now.
Then there may be a piece of this puzzle we don't yet understand.
Have you found a way inside the lair?
Lygia's story was true. The daughters of Artemis were protecting this disc, key, this... I have what opens the lair.
And you didn't hurt any of the daughters when you took it?
See, I don't remember her telling me not to hurt any of the daughters.
They didn't hear me or my blades, but they felt them breeze.
Why? Why would you?
This disc is a prized possession. If I hadn't killed them, I never would have made it out alive.
That's true.
And Lygia would be lost.
That's a good defense. If I never would have killed him and never would have made it out alive, don't ask why I was there in the first place, though.
You want to kill a Medusa, you got to break a few eggs.
That's right. I'm doing this for the greater good of ancient Greece.
Breeze, wait!
This stuff was really pretty. Like, just the effects of the kind of stone floating in air.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. What version is this?
I think this was on an Xbox.
Was it an X?
I don't know. They were on dev kits, I think.
Was it a cool white-looking Xbox with a little screen on the front of it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an X.
Breeze!
And yeah, like this leads to just a straight up boss fight, which Assassins has had before, but this was the most video gamey boss fight I've seen in one of these games.
Yeah, you mentioned that on the podcast. I'm curious to see it. Because, yeah, like, I mean, I haven't played every Assassin's Creed, but typically when you go up against a named enemy, it's just a person.
Yeah, and they've got like maybe some henchmen, and that's it.
I mean, in a lot of cases, you can just straight up assassinate them in one move, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't go in real hard on... Well, maybe Origins did a little more on, like, big supernatural monster-type bosses.
Just a little bit. Like, there was one really big supernatural sequence.
Yeah?
Surprise!
Oh, no!
Also surprise.
Oh, that's highly unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Wait, did
a
she just
little
get
bit.
shattered?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, she's fucked up.
I'm gonna assume that was not a major story character.
No. Yeah, so, hey, how about phases of boss fights where you can't hit the boss until you kill all of the henchmen?
Yay. I love ads.
I'm slowly being turned into stone with that beam, which makes all of your actions and attacks slower. I'm using that Medusa spear, which isn't good against those guys. I realize later on, but is pretty good against.
Oh yeah, that does some damage.
So yeah, like look, I mean, you're having to kind of move around a lot. She's got all sorts of different attacks. Like, this is a video game ass boss.
Yeah.
And I think the last maybe 10 or so minutes of this footage is just me failing this boss over and over again. So if you have any questions, Brad.
It seems pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, it's just kind of going back to what I said before of just, is it too soon and is there enough different? I mean, it seems like they've made quite a few changes. I guess once they get out there and talk more about the unrest stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the last kind of major difference that we don't really know about.
And then all the mercenary stuff, like recruiting or killing them, like that stuff sounds like there could be an aspect of like territory control and building up like a team of people, and that could be cool.
And like, I didn't play any of the boat stuff other than just kind of navigating in this build, but I did at E3, and it was fun. It felt like commanding a big ship. You know, you're taking these sweeping turns and firing cannons and stuff. It was just it feels like Origins.
Yeah.
More than any other Assassin's Creed, which I'm totally okay with. I liked Origins a whole lot. I was maybe ready for another Bayek game, so this announcement definitely caught me by surprise. We'll see if either of the characters kind of holds up to what I really liked about Bayek and his story.
Oh, you mean the best new character of 2017?
That's right. Like, yeah, that's the thing. We don't really know this character's motivations yet. We do know that it's I cannot remember her name. The woman who's outside of the Animus looking in is the same as in Origins, so it is a sequel in that sense.
Okay.
So we'll see, you know, if they are setting her up to be another Desmond-like character where we kind of follow her story through multiple games.
Right.
Whatever happened to Desmond? Is he dead?
Yeah, he died.
Did he like sacrifice himself to stop Ares from?
I didn't play 3, but I'm going to say yes. That sounds like something he would do. Oh, cool. All right, so this is out in, we think, November.
Yeah. I believe it is.
Let's go with that.
I know it's this year.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, cool. Thanks for bringing this footage by.
Yeah, Brad. Thanks for watching me play this game very well.
Yeah.
And have no problems with the controls at all.
Yeah, of course. Have fun in Germany.
Auf Wiedersehen.